Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Podcast. You know how we're always digging into the latest and greatest in the AI world?
Always.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into the world of presentation software.
Presentations. Love 'em or hate 'em, they're a part of life.
And we've all been there, right? Struggling with PowerPoint, trying to make our slides look somewhat decent.
Oh, absolutely. Spending way too much time fiddling with fonts and colors. It's a classic.
But what if there was a better way, an easier way?
That's what we're looking at today.
This is where Beautiful.ai comes in. We're taking a totally different approach, using AI to help you create professional-looking presentations, even if design isn't your forte.
You got it. We've got the big players like PowerPoint that try to do it all.
Right, trying to be everything to everyone.
But then you've got these niche companies like Beautiful.ai. They're laser focused on solving a specific problem, making presentation design a breeze.
So, kind of like choosing the right tool for the job.
Yeah, like you wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb, right? Sometimes you need that specialized tool.
Okay, I'm totally on board with that analogy. So how does Beautiful.ai actually work its magic? I keep hearing about this AI automation, but what does that really mean in practice?
Well, it's all about taking those design decisions out of your hands, the ones that can drive you crazy, aligning objects perfectly, picking the right fonts, creating layouts that actually work. Beautiful.ai's AI handles all that behind the scenes.
So you're saying no more late night design struggles.
Exactly. You're free to focus on what matters, your content, your message.
That's where those smart templates come in, right? I read about those.
You're right. These aren't your typical blank templates. They're pre-designed with best practices in mind, so you're starting with a solid foundation.
Kind of like having a secret design weapon in your back pocket.
I like the way you think.
I can already see myself using Beautiful.ai for our next quarterly report, wowing the team with my newfound design skills.
It's perfect for that. And think about it, it's not just about making pretty slides. Beautiful.ai also helps you structure your information, turning data into charts and graphs that people actually understand, engaging visuals, clear messaging. It's a win-win.
Okay, hold on. It all sounds a bit too good to be true. What about the downsides? I've seen some user reviews mentioning limitations.
You mean the things people complain about?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like limited customization options and problems exporting to other formats, especially PowerPoint.
Yeah, that comes up sometimes. You see, while Beautiful.ai is amazing at automation, it might not give you the same level of granular control as a software like PowerPoint.
So it's a trade-off. You get ease of use and speed, but you might have to compromise on some of the finer details.
Yeah, you could say that. It really depends on your priorities and what you're trying to achieve.
All right, so far, it seems like Beautiful.ai is carving out a really interesting niche for itself, targeting those users who value ease of use and professional-looking results without the design headaches.
That's a great way to put it. It's about finding the right tool for the right job. And for many people, Beautiful.ai is that tool.
We've talked a lot about the design side of things, but what about collaboration? Can teams work together on presentations in Beautiful.ai? Because, emailing files back and forth and trying to merge different versions is a nightmare.
Oh, I've been there. So many lost edits and conflicting versions. But with Beautiful.ai, you can absolutely collaborate. They've built in tools for real-time teamwork. So you can work on presentations together, provide feedback, make edits, all in sync.
No more version control chaos. That sounds amazing. It can save so much time and frustration.
For real. And it keeps everyone on the same page.
Okay, so let's say we've got this awesome, beautifully designed presentation ready to go. What about sharing it with the world? Can you export presentations to other formats? Or are you stuck in the Beautiful.ai ecosystem? What if you need to work with someone who's still a die-hard PowerPoint user?
Good question. You can definitely export presentations to common formats like PDF and yes, even PowerPoint. However, and this is important, some users have mentioned some minor hiccups when exporting, especially to PowerPoint. Some design elements might not translate perfectly. It's not a deal breaker, but something to keep in mind.
So it's not 100% seamless, but you do have that flexibility to export if needed.
Exactly. And Beautiful.ai knows about these issues. They're always working to improve things.
Okay, great. So let's recap what we've learned so far. Beautiful.ai is an AI-powered presentation tool focused on making design easy and accessible. Smart templates, automated design features, real-time collaboration. They've really thought of everything to simplify the process. And while there might be some limitations, like we talked about, it seems like a really strong contender, especially for those of us who prioritize ease of use and getting professional results.
I'd say that's a fair assessment. They're not trying to be everything to everyone, and that's refreshing.
I agree. So now the question is, how does Beautiful.ai actually stack up against the giants like PowerPoint? I mean, they're up against some serious competition.
Absolutely. Microsoft PowerPoint is like the king of the hill with millions of users worldwide. It's everywhere.
So it sounds like David versus Goliath. But it seems like Beautiful.ai is holding its own.
They are. But remember, they're not trying to take down PowerPoint. They're focusing on a specific niche, those users who want professional results without the design headaches.
The right tool for the right job, as we said before.
Exactly. And there's room for both approaches in the market.
Makes sense. So Beautiful.ai is attracting a specific audience that appreciates its unique approach.
Yeah.
That's great to see.
And it proves there's still room for innovation, even in a market with such dominant players.
That's definitely exciting. Users have more choices now.
And they can find tools that really fit their needs, not just trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
I love that analogy. So we know how Beautiful.ai works and who they're targeting. But what about real-world usage? How are people actually using it to make a difference?
Well, the source material had this really interesting example about a marketing manager who needed to create a quarterly report.
Oh, tell me more. I feel like I've been that marketing manager before. Struggling to make the numbers look good and struggling even more to make the slides look good.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah.
common pain point. So this manager just picks a business report template from Beautiful.ai, plugs in their data, and lets the AI handle the design. Boom, professional looking report, ready to share in a fraction of the time.
That sounds like a dream come true. No more fiddling with fonts and colors, just focusing on the actual analysis. I wish I had known about Beautiful.ai back then.
It's a game changer for sure.
It really highlights how Beautiful.ai is changing the way we approach presentations. It's about empowering people to create high-quality presentations, no matter their design skills.
I totally agree. It levels the playing field, so to speak.
So we've covered the basics, the features, and the target audience. Now let's get into what users are saying about Beautiful.ai. Why are they choosing it over other presentation tools, even popular ones? What's making them switch?
The biggest thing that comes up in reviews is how easy it is to use. People are blown away by how intuitive it is and how much time it saves them. They love that they can create professional-looking presentations without needing to be design gurus.
So Beautiful.ai really delivers on its promise of simplicity and ease of use.
Absolutely. It removes that barrier to entry for people who might have been intimidated by traditional presentation software.
Makes sense. What else are users raving about?
Another big one is the quality of the designs. People consistently praise Beautiful.ai for how visually stunning the presentations look. Professional, polished, the whole package.
It's not just about throwing together some random slides. It's about creating a cohesive visual narrative that actually enhances the message.
You got it. And Beautiful.ai's AI does a fantastic job of ensuring that design consistency across all the slides.
It's like having a personal design assistant working behind the scenes. So ease of use, design quality, anything else.
Oh, yeah. We can't forget about the real-time collaboration feature. Teams love being able to work on presentations together seamlessly. They're giving feedback, making edits in sync.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. It just makes the whole process so much smoother and more efficient. So we've been singing the praises of Beautiful.ai, and it really is impressive how they've leveraged AI to make presentations, well, beautiful. But let's take a step back for a second. Zoom out. Big picture. What does this all mean? Like, what does this tech tell us about the future of presentations?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, on the surface, it's just a tool, right?
Yep.
Make slides, pretty, check that box, move on. But I get what you're saying. There's probably a bigger story here.
Think about it. If AI can handle all the design stuff, all that fiddly formatting, doesn't that free us up to focus on what really matters in communication? The stuff that humans are actually good at?
Okay, I'm seeing where you're going with this. Instead of stressing over fonts and colors, we can be spending more time thinking about the story we're trying to tell. You know, the data, the insights, actually connecting with our audience.
You nailed it. The message itself, the storytelling, how we deliver it, that's where the real impact of a presentation lies. And if AI can take care of the visuals, well, that gives us more time and energy to focus on crafting those compelling narratives, refining our message, practicing our delivery, honing those human skills that make a presentation memorable.
It's like AI is our silent design partner, letting us step up and shine as communicators.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Beautiful.ai, what are your final thoughts?
Well, I think it's been really fascinating to explore this new approach to presentation design. It's exciting to see how AI is changing the game and opening up new possibilities.
And who knows, maybe one day AI will be creating and delivering all our presentations for us.
Uh-huh. Maybe. But for now, I think we're still in the driver's seat.
And on that note, we want to thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you've enjoyed exploring Beautiful.ai with us.
It's been a pleasure.
And don't forget, we'll be back next Monday with a brand new episode, so make sure to tune in.
Until then, have a fantastic weekend, everyone.